Okay, in today's video, I'd like to talk about exactly how this thing is working. This is my maglev pencil that I built to demonstrate this very fundamental principle that science and academia don't want you to figure out because it's really this simple. Okay, this maglev pencil is operating the same exact way a UFO craft is operating. No different. It's operating off the phenomenon known as magnetic repulsion, meaning that the field from this magnet is repelling the field from that magnet, right? Magnetic repulsion. Okay, and how this thing is doing it is how the magnets are set up, okay? The magnets are set up in that V shape, right? What that V shape does, it creates what science and physics would call a gravity well, right? Right there. It's creating a well, okay? Which is creating actually a high point in counter space, because that's where everything is pulling to or emulating from, okay? It works both ways. Because if magnetic attraction is really dielectric acceleration, then magnetic repulsion would be dielectric deacceleration. And I never heard anyone make this statement before, but this is what I mean. Okay. When these two opposite poles of the magnet pull together, the phenomenon is known as magnetic attraction. But what's actually happening in the mechanics of it is those two magnets are pulling to the lowest point in counter space. Okay? They're pulling to the drain in counter space. You have space, everything that's visible, and then you have counter space, everything that's invisible, like a black hole. It's pulling toward the drain in the black hole, just like the drain in your bathtub or in your sink. It's pressure mediation, and it's drawing to the lowest point. The lowest point is right there. You can't see it. That's counter space. Magnetism is everything that you can see in the visible light spectrum. Counter space is everything you can't see. It's invisible. That's where UFOs are jumping to move through space. And then they're jumping back into space. It's that simple. Works like this. Magnetic repulsion is actually dielectric deacceleration. What am I talking about? I'm talking about when those magnets are being repelled by each other, it's slowing down, right? Deaccelerating. It's not pulling, right? It's the opposite of acceleration, deacceleration. Dielectric deacceleration is how this phenomenon that you see, magnetic repulsion, is happening. It's not pulling toward the low point in counter space. It's being pushed up by the high point in counter space. Because if one is true, then the other's got to be true, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. It's no different than this V magnet. This is a Model T Ford V magnet. Okay, it's setting up the same thing. It also has a north and a south, but it really doesn't. Okay? It's no different than that. It's creating the same thing, the same situation with a low point, right? The low point would be the round piece of the magnet. It's no different. Dielectric deacceleration. This is what I'm calling it. Because it's deaccelerating. It's not accelerating. See how it follows that well? You see the well? Don't it kind of jump around like a tic-tac? Or a Space Force craft? Or a TR-3B? It just kind of hovers there silently? It's because they're repelling the field of the Earth. Pretty simple. You just need a lot of power to do it. Dielectric deacceleration. That's what we have at work. I thank y'all for watching my video. Have a good one.